Hi guys, welcome back. I am so happy to be sitting here filming again. I've been trying to get back at it for like the last 3 days, but my body was just not allowing it. I did pre-film a bunch of content before going to LA, but it turned out to not be enough because I got sick. And I just wanted to say sorry for going MIA on you guys again this month, but we're back on track. I have so many fun new things to try out today. I have the new Rose Inc products, new Persona products, new products in pretty much every category, so it should be a really fun one. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive into these new things. Guys, I think the bangs have run its course. I'm undecided, let me know. They're really starting to piss me off, especially for sweaty season. I'm just so paranoid of looking greasy and sweaty all the time because of these bangs on my forehead, you know? It's such a vibe, but is it a true vibe? I don't know. First things first. I tried this out for the first time yesterday, and I thought it was just like kind of a see-through SPF like the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, but it's so much more than that. I went in with it yesterday and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like this would be an amazing primer. Then I read the back. It says here that it's a velvety smooth, colorless primer with advanced skin benefits, primes for 12 hours of flawless makeup wear, soft focus complex glides over skin, reducing the appearance of pores, fine lines, and uneven texture. This is the Murad Hydration Invisibler. Really, really nice stuff here. This, I didn't try it with makeup. I only used it as my SPF yesterday, but I wanted to show you the magic on camera. So it has like a cool cap. It reminds me of Star Wars. It looks like some of those droids that are like in the cantina. And I'm gonna take some. That's what it looks like. Pretty similar to the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, just a little bit more glossy. Here, I'll bring you guys in closer. It blurs your skin like crazy in like seconds. But yeah, I hope you saw that difference. I was kind of flabbergasted about it yesterday. It was really cool. So I'm interested to see how makeup pairs with this. So let's go in with a base product. I'm going to be using the Chanel Les Beige Fresh Water Tint again in the shade B30. I only tried this once so far. And I'm going to apply it with this Melt Cosmetics flat buffer brush. This is a newer brush from them, but it looks fantastic for foundation. I think they came out with it for bronzer since it's kind of more squished, but I think that's too big for my tastes. I'm so excited to be putting on makeup today. I haven't worn it for the last week or so, and it's such a therapeutic thing for me, and I felt completely ugly. You know when you're just sick and you just feel disgusting from the inside out? Yeah, tired of feeling like that. Did I just rip out that hair? Yeah, I did. It's pissing me off too much. This is a fantastic foundation brush. That just helped me put on my foundation in like 5 seconds. This foundation is still a little light for me, but that's okay. I mean dark. I meant dark. I feel like my sickness really just ate my brain away. So I will for sure be editing this one. I'm way too embarrassed to send this to my editor. Are you kidding? I'm not going to put her through that. This raw footage is already really, really rough. And it's only been like 4 minutes. That is so nice. That is a product. Beautiful one at that. Wow. I'm so happy it didn't pill over the sunscreen. I can't tell you how excited I am about that sunscreen. Okay, moving on. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I still haven't made up my mind about this concealer, if I like it or not. I feel like it looks good, but I don't know if I'm in love with it, you know? I forgot to dampen a sponge, so I'm just gonna go in with this Kosas one dry. I just don't want it to set in place. I use the shade Cotton Candy. Yes, Cotton Candy 2.3B. I like how much pigmentation is in here. It kind of fills in your pores or your fine lines. It's not very blurring, it just like pore fills. It's kind of interesting. And it does stretch quite a bit, and I went in with such little amount. I think I like it. It works really well. I like how it looks. I just don't feel blown away by it just yet, but it is really nice. I had to go pick up a package from the drugstore today, and while I was there I picked up a new one of my e.l.f. powders. I have missed this so much. Even though I brought powders that I love entirely on my trip, I miss this one. This is, I think, my most favorite product I have discovered so far this year. Oh my god, I almost dropped it. it almost went flying. Oh god. But I'm just gonna set my under eyes with this powder. This is a Sydney Grace brush. They came out with brushes and this is my first time using it. I thought this shape would be nice to set my under eye. Let's dive into the new stuff now. So I have a ton of bronzers as we predicted. I have the new Rose Ink ones. It's just one, I just have 2 shades. I also have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer. They sent me the shade 300. Looks like this. It even has a mirror on the back. I also have the new shade in the Melt Cosmetics Sex Foil. They came out with a shade for bronzing. This is the shade Tan Lines. And this one, which I'm so excited for. Look how beautiful the packaging is. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. Look at that. Doesn't that look so beautiful? It kind of reminds me of the Chanel bronzer. You know what I mean? The swirl. How pretty is that? I think I'm going to go for the Rose Ink ones because they also have the highlighters. Kind of just makes sense. So I have 2 shades. I have Parrot Key, which looks like this. And I also have this one, which I'm not sure what it's called because there's a printing mistake on the back, but it's a bit darker in comparison. So this and that. I love the Rose Ink packaging. It's cute. This one's a twist off. Let me figure out this shade though. It's bugging me. It's called the Solar Infusion Moisturizing Cream Bronzer. I have Parrot Key and Kawaii. Let me swatch them both. Oh, that's a unique texture. It's very slippy, but it feels kind of powdery, as if I'm touching like the Rare Beauty melting blushes a little bit. So that's Kawaii. Interesting texture. It feels super thin. And that's Parrot Key. I think I'm gonna go with the lighter one. It actually looks more neutral in comparison. This one has a bit more of an orange tinge to it, but in the containers, this one looks more orange and this one looks more neutral. Very interesting that it's the opposite when it's on my skin. But yes, going in with the lightest shade, and I'm using my Fenty Beauty 125 face brush to apply. It's a little bit sheerer than expected. I'm gonna try the other color. The formula feels really nice. It's not blowing me away though. I feel like it's kind of reminding me of a lot of things, but things that I like. So like the Say cream bronzer kind of reminds me of that. It has that very slippy, thin texture. It also reminds me a little bit of the new Makeup by Mario sculpting thing, the cream one, the step 1. But I prefer the Makeup by Mario color. This one's a little bit warm for me. I'm not mad at it, but I feel like I don't like it as much as those other 2 I just mentioned. But we shall see if it grows on me. It blended out with complete ease. That was really, really easy. I like how sheer it is, but you can obviously tell that I'm wearing bronzer as well, like it's effective. I really like how thin it is. So now let's try the highlighters. I have 2 shades once again. These are in like the classic blush packaging. So I have the shades Brilliant, which looks like it might be a bit light for my skin tone. And I also have Prismatic, which looks more gold. So this one here is Brilliant, and that is Prismatic. I'm gonna try Prismatic because I feel like this one's going to be a little bit silvery on my complexion. Both gorgeous though. They'd be fun mixed as well. I'm gonna use my fave little brush. This is the Moda Pro Glow Brush. BMX 265. First, before I start buffing it in, looks pretty so far. Ooh, I like that. I was a bit afraid that it was going to be glittery. I saw some particles in there that looked a little bit thick for my liking, but I don't think I'd qualify this one as a glittery highlighter. It kind of reminds me of like the Trinity London one, just a little bit more dewy in comparison. Like it does feel a little bit more like a cream would, not in like a super tacky way. It just feels more creamy, whereas the Trinity London one does kind of set down to kind of like a set powder state. And I'm happy it's not too warm or too gold for my skin tone. I like that. I think I prefer the highlighter over the bronzer, but I do really enjoy how my complexion is looking as well. So, success so far. Hi guys. So I'm really not a fan of how this highlighter is translating on camera. It looks very different than it did in person. So next time I go in with this, I'm going to use a finger to see if it helps out the texture situation, but we'll see, because I'm really not a fan of how it's looking in this video. So we'll see. I'm going to give it another shot. Let me know if I'm alone in this, but I feel like brands have been putting their all into their products this year. I have never had such good experiences with so many products, it feels like. I feel like they all stepped their game up so much. So now for blushes, I have the new blush sticks from Persona. They came out with the shade Bubble in a cream stick, which is exciting. They also have the shades Teddy and Kiss. I'll give them a swatch. Here they are. These two feel a lot more, I don't know who's calling me. Hello? 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 I hate when I just hang up. I'm like, oh, here comes all the spam calls from random telemarketers trying to scam me. Anyways, as I was saying, these two feel a lot more pigmented in comparison to Bubble. Bubble is very sheer. My whole heart wants to use Bubble, but I have so many colors that are gonna be going on my face in a little bit here that I feel like Teddy is the safe choice. I'm gonna feel like a clown if I go in with Bubble with all the other shades I'm planning on using. Just gonna take some in the palm of my hand, and I'm using this Huda Beauty Face Cheek Color Brush. Before moving on to eyes, I'm just revisiting my e.l.f. powder. This is another Sydney Grace brush. It feels so nice and soft. Like I was just feeling it for like a minute there, just zoned out. It feels really good. I wish they were numbered or named. It just says Sydney Grace, but it's like the big fluffy powder brush. So now for eyes, I did end up placing a big-ish order on Glisten Cosmetics. They are known for their wet liners. I made this palette, but I think they recognized my name when I put in my order or something, because they included so many more brushes that I ordered, and they also sent a bunch of these split liner singles. I really like how you're able to get them in a palette form like this. They also have different sizes. They have quads to this size, or you can get them in these little individual little pots. And I love the idea of the split liners. It just brings so much more versatility and fun. You can create perfect gradients with this. You can mix the two together or use either side alone. Yeah, they're just really nice. I love water activated liners like this. The only downside to them is that you can't cry or you can't be in wet environments because they will reactivate. But other than that, they're so fun to use. They're usually very consistent. You can adjust their opacity. You can do kind of like a watercolor or ink blot look, or you can make like a very thick and opaque eyeliner. They're really fun to experiment with, and they come in such fun colors. As you can tell, I'm very much into the greens and blues. I did experiment with them a little bit yesterday. I took a little video of this, but I wouldn't recommend doing like an inner corner detail because I yawned and my whole eye felt like it was yellow. But besides that, I actually have some other indie brand products. These eyeshadow palettes are from Kaleidos. I have these two in the lace packaging. This one is a really nice smoky gray toned palette. This one is like a nice neutral brown one, really cute. These are so well put together. They're so gorgeous. Specifically these ones, they are such nice color stories. This is Astro Pink, really, really pretty. I think this one's my favorite out of the ones I have here. This is Lunar Lavender. It's such a fun palette. The shimmers in here, are you kidding? This is a really fun twist on a neutral palette. This is Sashimi City. I love that name, oh my gosh. But yeah, some nice nudie browns with some really fun shifts, like a green one and a pinky peach one. And the last one here reminds me of a team, a sports team. You know, the one, maybe Dolphins or something? I don't know, I don't watch basketball. I'm assuming it's a basketball team. Such a fun color story. I just have way too many options here, you guys. So I think I'm most drawn to a color combination similar to this. Like a green with some purples. I think this is the shade Mint. Of course, a pink would look nice as well. Oh, thank you for catching that. A soft orange would also be really killer with that, but I feel like I'm most drawn to the green and purple. I think I'm gonna do something a little bit more extra than I originally planned, so this is gonna be my color story. Purples, pinks, greens, and blues. So I'm first gonna start off with this eyeshadow palette. I'm first gonna use this shade right here, and I'm going to put this in the crease so far. Kind of just winging what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing. But sometimes when I just go off without a plan, it turns out really cool. So let's hope for that. Now I'm going to mix the two purple mattes in here. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of the dark and then tap into the lighter one. And I'm just gonna put that on my lid. Now I'm going to layer one of the shimmers on top. They're both so beautiful. I'm having a big crisis. I love this one right here, but I feel like that's going to not blend well or like mesh well with the other colors I'm going in with. So I think I'm gonna use this lavender shifting one. Ooh, that's so pretty. Wow. And this is just dry. I didn't dampen it yet. I don't think I'm gonna need to. Oh, I just booped myself on the nose with that blue one. Have a little blue reflect on the side of my schnoz. I'm actually gonna put this more on my lid instead of just the center. It's so pretty. It needs to be more of a moment. That is stun. Cute. That's a fun little quick purple look, but I'm gonna jazz it up now. Brushes like this get me so excited, especially this one here. Look how teeny tiny that is. Are you kidding? That's the #1 brush. I'm also very excited for the #3 brush, as well as these guys. I don't have anything like this in my collection. These are both 8s. I just see people use these like this online all the time, and I'm so happy to have some of my own. Maybe I'll become one of those girlies, we'll see. So I'm first gonna start off with this split one. This is the shade Green Tea, and I'm going to try to do like a triple wing. We'll see. These take a little bit of time to get used to. I haven't used any Hydra liners in a very long time. Now I'm gonna put away the green for a second, and I'm gonna use pink. And I rinsed off that brush. Add a little bit of water into here, and you mix it up until you get like a nice liner consistency. I don't know what that shape is, but it's all good. I can easily fix this. I'm gonna take a flat brush with some water, just water, and I'm going to restructure this a little bit. Now for the last one, should I use this blue or this like aqua color? I'm kind of feeling the aqua from the Green Tea split pan. I'm going to take a #7 brush. I want to try this one, it's so cute. I feel like this is missing something over here. Maybe I'll do like 3 little dots of the same colors. First taking the pink. I'm gonna do a different order as well. I'm just gonna take the eyeshadow palette once again. My voice is starting to give out on me, which is rude. And I'm going to take the lightest matte purple to bring across down here. And I'm going to take that shimmer I used on my lid in the inner corner. Just a cute little colorful eye look. I'm gonna try to repeat it on this eye, and I'll be right back. I just went ahead and put on some mascara as well. I used the Max Stack mascara for my top lashes and the Cali Ray one for my lower lashes. I really love how this turned out. It really pulled together once I added mascara. I was feeling a little iffy on it for a second there, but this is really fun, and it turns out Bubble would have been the blush to go to, so I think I'm going to add a little bit of it. I think it'll tie in these colors really beautifully. Originally, I wanted to use one of the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle lip stains, but I don't know if any of these colors are gonna work with today's look anymore. I'm just gonna apply some on my palm once again. Then I'm gonna take this foundation brush to apply. Okay, I think I like this version of Bubble a lot more than the powder. The powder looked really powdery against my skin tone, whereas this one, it still has like that powdery pink, because that's what it is, but you know, like it's a little bit more sunken in. I think it looks more flattering. So here are the eyes all finished with the final cheek color. I think this turned out really fun. I feel like a little fish or something, like a little rainbow fish. Let's see what I can come up with for the lips now. So although I don't know if I'm going to end up with one of the Poutsicles from Fenty Beauty, I wanted to swatch them for you anyways. So here on top is it full on, even with the gloss on top, and this is the stains. So as you can see, they're super staining. They are some of the most powerful lip stains I think I've tried, and I've been loving lip stains as of late. My favorite has been the e.l.f. Glossy Lip Stain in the shade Power Mauves. I think my favorite shade, as along with everyone else on the internet right now, is My Type, which is the cute little pink. Then beside that one is my second favorite. It's a really pretty red. That's the shade Strawberry Sangria. Then we have the purple, which is Berry Banger. And then the last one, which is the orange, is Zesty Bestie. Oh my god, I love that name. That is so cute. I feel like My Type might work. It's gonna be like a lot. I'm gonna have this stained for like the next week, I swear. I swatched them when I first received them and I had this on for days and I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. I do for you. Fenty also came out with the Cherry Treat Conditioning Lip Oil. This is part of Fenty Skin, so not Fenty Beauty. Fenty kills it in the lip department. They know how to make a good lip product. I just swatched it there. It has like the slightest little pink tint, but it's mostly just like a nice glossy lip oil that's very, very hydrating. I'm gonna line my lips, use My Type, and then maybe add something else on top to kind of dull it out. I feel like that might work. I'm gonna use Buff from Pat McGrath as my lip liner. I can't not use one of these today. I feel like I need to. And these stain very quickly. You don't need to have this on for long for it to stain. I think I would wear it mostly like this. I like the glossy sheen, but for this look, it's like a lot. So I'm just gonna blend it into my lip color, and then I'm gonna wipe it off, leaving the cute little stain behind. Now I'm going to take the Shiseido lipstick in the shade 111, Bamboo. I think this might work. This is the Laura Mercier 125 Rosé Gloss. That's what I had in mind. This looks nice now. I really like that. Okay. Those lip stains, I know I'm going to use the hell out of, but just today I had to kind of alter them to match this look. It was just a lot. And here's what we're left with. Sorry, my bangs are a little bit in the way. They're a little long, but I love how this turned out. I think all of the colors played really well together. I think this whole video was a huge success. Nothing failed at all, but I am going to be going through the new things and I'm going to be giving you my first impression thoughts on all of them. One of the things I'm most excited for is this Murad product. This is really cool how it's like a primer and SPF in one. I think I'm going to use this up. The only complaint I have towards this product is that it doesn't have the greatest smell. Once it's on your skin for a little bit, it kind of smells plasticky in a way. I think it's just like the scent they added to it. That's not my favorite, and it kind of lingers a little bit, but once my makeup was on, I didn't smell it at all, and I didn't really smell it throughout the day yesterday as well when I just wore it on its own as my last step in my skincare routine. Other than that, this one blurs a ton and it protects. It's kind of fun. I am quite excited about it. Now let's just pray it doesn't like break me out or do some bullshit like that. Another product I am extremely excited to have in my collection are all of these wet liners from Glisten Cosmetics. Listen, this is too much fun. I love using these. I love using these. That's my statement. They're so fun to use. They are so impactful, easy to jazz up kind of a neutral look with just some dots or a really fun eyeliner. I want to use them all over my lid to see how that plays out. I don't know, I have a lot of experimenting and a lot of fun ahead of me using these. I just put these into a pencil case that I got from MAC, but I'm also so excited to have these single split pans. These are so much easier to just throw into your makeup bag if you want to add some color to a look. I can't believe they sent me all of these. I'm so grateful. Like, these are so cute. That was too sweet of them. Next up, love the Fenty Lip Stains. I hope they plan on launching more colors because 4 is not enough. For me anyways. I love the colors that they do have already. I just want to see some more. These are all very vibrant colors. I love how you get the colors on the cap. I love when brands do that. It just makes things so much easier. I know what I'm pulling. It's easier to identify. The formula is really nice. I love how hydrating it feels on your lips. They feel very similar to the e.l.f. ones, but these ones feel more lacquer-like. Like they have a thicker top layer to them, and they stain a lot better than the e.l.f. ones as well, as you can see. Like these ones were swatched for a couple minutes more, and you can see they're even more deep in comparison to the ones I wiped off after like a minute or so. Amazing products, really, really happy to have these. Lip stains are awesome. You just apply them and you don't really have to worry about them because you know they're going to deposit a really cute tint and it's going to last a very long time. Next up, I really love the Rose Ink highlighter. I think this is going to be a new well-loved highlighter by me. I really like how it's the same kind of consistency as the blushes. It's like that whipped kind of texture. Really easy to blend out, beautiful finish, beautiful colors. I'm very happy with my first experience with the Rose Ink highlighter. Same with the bronzer. I really liked my experience with the formula. I just am not the biggest fan of the colors. I think it looks nice on my skin tone now, but I kind of like colors that are a bit more neutral, not contoury, not super warm, just like in the middle there. I wish it was just a bit more neutral in tone, but the formula is really, really nice, super sheer, very easy to work with, just a couple taps and it was blended. This is a very user-friendly bronzer, and if you like more of a natural effect, this is a really good one to turn to. It does remind me of a lot of other cream bronzers that are on the market right now, but we have cream bronzers from almost every brand, so they're bound to be kind of similar. I also really enjoyed these blushes from Persona. I didn't like the color of Teddy so much, it didn't wow me, but I see myself using Bubble quite a bit more. This is such a cute color, it's very on trend as well. I think it just livens up looks like this, and I've been using a lot more pastels and fun colors like this, so it just brings it to the next step, ties it all together. I think it's so cute. I never thought I would be a girl who likes this type of blush color, but here I am. I've been convinced. And for this eyeshadow palette, with the few colors, oh my gosh, you guys, sorry, my voice is dying. I'm gonna have to cut it close here, but with this eyeshadow palette, very happy with its performance. The shimmers are beautiful. I'm excited to try out more of the other eyeshadow palettes I have from them. They feel quality, and the pigmentation was great, and I love these shimmers. They had such great adherence. They are gorgeous and fun to look at. Loved my experience with this. If you're very drawn to like a color story from them, I feel like you're going to enjoy it. They just feel like they know what they're doing with their eyeshadows. So no duds in today's video, just some slight shades that I didn't really love, but everything performed really nicely. That's going to be it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a like. It would help me out a lot over here. I'll also make sure to link all of the products I mentioned or used in today's video in the description down below, so feel free to check that out. And